Hey, YouTube, what's happening? How are you? This Black Friday. I'm trying not to take that so personally. Black Friday, what you trying to say? Holidays? Yeah, I hope everybody's having a great week. Friday, doing all your shopping. Black Friday, like I have to research that. Some of you already know, but I have to look into it, do my spin on it, and get back to you. You know. Anyway, so I wanted to get on here and say something about hospitality, right? Because so I'm sitting, eating a little something, and at the moment, I've got only so much resources of finances on me. And this gentleman who I saw come in the location where I was sitting, he looked a little peculiar, but, I didn't, none of my business, right? So he walks in, he proceeds to sit down behind me, not directly, but like behind me, out of my view. But I turn around, keep my eye around on things. But, again, what someone else is doing is none of my business, as long as they're not bothering me. I look up a second later after I turned around and turned back around eating. I look up, the guy's standing right next to me. Right? Older white, older Italian guy looking dude. He had a cross. Didn't look threatening, or nothing like that. But he asked me if I could spare $1 or $2 so he could get some gas. Now, I'm a kind person. I try to help where I can. So I know I had, a couple of singles in there, but I only had one. So I gave it to him, and he held on to it for dear life and asked me if I had another one. I didn't have another one. I just had a 5 in there. And I was like, oh man, I said, here, man, take the 5. I took back the 1, but I gave him the 5. I mean, I know it was only $5, $6. I'm not trying to sound cheap, but hey, I have a situation going on as well, So anyway, gave him the 5, and, he wants to hug me up and dap me up and God bless me. Hey, God bless you. I received that. But I said all of that to say that it is important for you, for us, well, for me, not necessarily for you, to be careful who you turn away from you that asks for your help in certain cases, because we have entertained angels unawares. I'll say that again. Be careful who you turn away, who you do not show hospitality to, because we, as human beings, have entertained angels unaware. And that means that, now again, this is not a religious channel, but in Hebrews 13, it talks about entertaining angels unawares. That means that angels can appear to you to test you. Yeah. And you never know, right? I mean, that could be your blessing or that could be your demise, depending on how you treated that individual. Now, being that I got a hug up and a dap, hopefully I did the right thing, you know what I'm saying? You know, I'm not making light of it because it's serious, because there's a lot of things that we don't comprehend. I know the world, I know, money has got us like ravenous wolves at each other, and, you got people who have stockpiles of billions, they give it to a so-called charity, but that's not really boots on the ground giving. Boots on the ground giving, I think, is much better, because when money goes through charity, it's all laundered. It's laundered. They call it a charity, but there's salaries involved. So that ain't charity. That's just giving money to an organization for somebody else to, get paid and receive a paycheck on their end, which I'm not hating on that either. But for a millionaire to walk around one day and just start handing out $100 bills to people who need it is real charity, I think, in my opinion. I mean, people could do it the way they want. I'm not saying whether it's right or wrong, but in my opinion, I think boots on the ground charity is real charity. Now, I'm a millionaire, and I've got tax write-off situations going on because I've given to so-called organizations. Well, again, that's just money laundering. That's all it is. But yeah, that was a weird thing, because that's happened to me before. And every time it happens, good things transpire afterwards, so I always keep my eye open. And sometimes, you'll be tested when you least expect it. You'll be looking for it, nothing happens. Then when you least expect it, boom, somebody walks up to you. Not necessarily an angel all the time, or most of the time, maybe once out of 100, but you never know which one was which, because there's been a lot of times I've seen somebody, they appeared, I turn around, I see them for a minute, and then I look, they're gone. That has happened to me a couple of times. I'm in New York one day, and I'm on the phone having an argument years back. I'm in Queens on Farmers Boulevard, and on the payphone. This is when payphones was a thing, and I'm talking to my girl, ex now, of course, and we having an argument. Obviously, she's been cheating on me, because why would I get the feeling? You got to pay attention to your intuition. And why she's cheating? Well, I guess just because she was just that kind of individual, not because of anything I necessarily did or didn't do. Some women or some guys, people just like, to have more options and more variety than what they have. So, hey, can't get mad at it. But anyway, my point is, I was on the phone, and this white guy, older white man, clean in a white suit, white hair, and I'm not lying to you, walked up behind me, patted me on the shoulder, and just kept walking down. It was like a side street, but it was a long side street. White man, white hair in a white suit, just appeared out of nowhere behind me, patted me on the back, and just kept walking, smiled and kept walking. And I was on the phone, I looked, he was gone. Now that was a weird situation, that doesn't happen. And then usually, I'm not saying all white people have a problem, but when does that happen? Some white guy in a suit patting a so-called black man, I don't like using those terms, but just to know what we're talking about. Pat a black guy on the back, a stranger. I mean, I'm not saying it doesn't happen, but I mean, you know what I'm talking about. That's in Queens, and this guy doesn't even look like he belonged in that area, because I was working down there at the time at a warehouse, but I was on the phone, arguing with a girlfriend, having a terrible day. Oh my God. But anyway, back to the point of entertaining angels unawares. So people, you have to be careful how you treat other people, man. I'm not saying you got to go around, kissing people's behinds and acting like a goofball out there and overdoing the kindness. Because even after I gave the guy five, he wanted to give me a hug, but I was like, hey, I am a hugger, but I don't know you like that, Now if I'd have just known firsthand, angel unawares, I would have been like, hey, whoa, I got questions, bro. No, I've got to talk to you. But since it was just a vague encounter, I just left it like that. So I don't know, but I'm always careful because, again, we have entertained angels unaware. I guarantee you, every human being has encountered an angel in their life. And I mean a real angel sent by the Most High. I don't mean, just somebody who's been nice to you and you say, oh, you're such an angel. No. I mean an actual extension of the almighty deity. Okay? Because everybody wants to give the devil such recognition. Well, there must be angels too, all around. I mean, the scriptures talks about it. How angels went into Sodom and Gomorrah, two of them, before God destroyed Sodom and the city. And they went into Lot. They went to his house. And then the homosexuals was like, oh, Lot, who you got in there? And Lot was like, yo, hey, man, please, you don't want to deal with these guys. You don't want these guys. Take my daughters. Don't try to get with these, because you're going to catch it. I'm telling you. And the angels was looking at each other. Now, this is in the scriptures. I read it, right? And the angels was looking at each other like, what the? I'm not saying they said what the hell, but they were like, what kind of place is this where men do this kind of thing? Now, YouTube, chill. I'm not trying to say anything against the rainbow community or anything. I'm just saying what the scripture's saying. Again, this is not a religious channel. My point is entertaining angels unawares, and how you have to be careful how you treat people, because you never know who or what that person is. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. You can do what you want. I always say that. Hey, I'm just throwing it out there. This is general chat. I'm just generally talking, generally chopping it up with you, giving you my opinion on this platform. And you can like, share, and subscribe if you like, if you want. But yeah, I mean, I think that's important, I think we have to be careful how we treat one another. I try to be nice. I try to be kind. They say don't use the word nice because that comes across as being an idiot. I try to be a kind person to other people, and no matter of race and color and all of that, just people in general, and it would be nice. Well, okay, it would be good. I don't want to contradict myself there. It would be good if people started practicing more kindness. Now there are kind people, very kind. Way more so than me. I'm kind, but I'm I've I'm trying to get over some anger issues. So my kindness, it doesn't stretch as far as maybe it should, But I do have a soft spot for people who come to me in need. You come to me in need, hey, you must really need it. Here, man, here you go. I'm not saying that I'm down like that, but I'm just saying, people, and it could have been a scam. Who knows? But that's my point. You don't know. And even if it was a scam, well, that person will get what's coming to them for lying about just need money, Because, I know a lot of people are on crack still, too. Hey, I need some gas to get back to wherever. And they, and they just going to get a little pebble and set that on a flame and be straight for 15 minutes, 20 minutes or whatever. I never smoked the stuff, so I don't know. But I know a family member who used to be on that, but they're doing wonderful now. It's like a wonderful success story. It's amazing. 20 years ago, that person was drinking gutter water, but now the person's got a home, a beautiful home and doing well. So it's all power of the mind and how you change your lifestyle. So, I'm just using that as reference. I'm not trying to throw shade on my family like that, but it's just using that as an example. So it's a funny thing, being kind to people. Sometimes you don't have it. You got your last and you give it. Because I had to turn my wallet to the side. My man was kind of like peeking in my wallet in a way. I'm like, hold up, angels don't act like that, do they? I'm trying to think about this. Like, come on, man, back up. Here's $1. Because that's all I had far as loose singles. I had a 5 and a 20 and I think a 50 in there. That was it. I said, here, man, take the $1. And he's like, oh, you ain't got a little extra. And I was like, oh, man, this guy's going to. All right. I said, here, man, take the 5, And I wasn't grudgingly about it. But I'm like, oh, man, I got things to do, too. But here you go, man. Because I don't know. You might really, really be out there. And I'm going to be fine. God willing, I'm fine. But, I don't know your situation. So I handed him the 5. Then, dapping me up. But, good things happen. I'm not tripping. My point is entertaining angels unawares. You never know. Because there was another situation some time ago. Seen a guy in the grocery store outside I was going inside. He was outside. It was a white guy. He was dirty from head to toe, man. Like he just finished working on a transmission or something. And at this point too, I had like $4. I was just going to get a cup of coffee. And he was like, hey man, I ain't ate all day, man. You think you got some change? I handed him, after I got my coffee, I handed him all the cash I had, man. And then he kind of smiled and winked. I'm like, what the hell is that? I went in the store, came out, the dude was gone. Now, I don't know if he got in his Mercedes and drove off or if he ran up the block. I don't know. But it was just that quick. He was gone. And then like a week later, I got a call from somebody who had a great opportunity, and I made like a boatload of cash. And I was like, okay, that's how that works. Where they at? Bring some more angels down. I can use it. I can give some more so I could get blessed with it. You know what I mean? I started making phone calls. Hey, Yeah. Put in the prayer line to send some more angels down here so I can get some more of what I need, or whatever. I'm joking, but I'm just saying again. Be careful how you treat people, because we have entertained angels unawares. All right, peace.